anywhere in the world. Welcome to Earth of Global's Humus Soil DIY Compost video. Now you're wondering why. Why are we looking at this huge pile of wood chip? Well, simply as this. To make high quality soil humus. Now this is dirt, and the difference between dirt and soil is life. And this dirt is inactive. It doesn't have any life in it. So we're going to turn this dirt into life by adding it to compost. Now compost, you need some organic matter, but more to the point, you need moisture. So let's dig into this pile. Let's have a look. Wow, look at the life in there. It's all nice and moist, it's wet. You might add some food scraps, you get some worms going, but majority, you need fungi and bacterias. Now, with creating fungi and bacterias and getting the right ones is the key factor here, and that is why Earth Love Global have created products that can be shipped anywhere in Australia to regenerate and rebuild humus soils. Now, you can go through the process of using food scraps, right? And you can bury them, and eventually that will break down. But if you want to increase your biomass with by increasing your soil humus in your fields for commercial growing, increasing your soil's humus. See, this is a major important factor because humus soils is what allows soils to not bog up and removes diseases, and it's actually more efficient to be growing out of humus soil. Now, this pile will take 3 years to break down, and in fact, it won't fully break down because the fungi and bacteria are not there. So what are we going to do in this DIY video? Get your biomass. Have you got your biomass? Is your biomass looking like this? Then if you've got your biomass, then the next step is fungi and bacteria. Now, how do we do this? You can, if your biomass has been sitting there for a while, you can dig into your pile and mix it into water and then spray it back over with buckets or firefighters. We set up like a 6 horsepower firefighter. It's not optimal because the motor breaks up and kills a lot of the fungi and bacteria, but it's a quick way to regenerate your soils effectively and efficiently. So what are you going to do? Number one is create a humus tea. Now, how do you do this process? You would go to your worm farm, get your worm farm, and you would get the worm castings, the black worm castings from your worm farm. You'd pull that out of your worm farm, those black castings. Like, obviously this isn't it, but if you did have it, that's what you would do. You would put a third into a 20-litre bucket, and then you would mix that up in the 20-litre bucket, and then you can add that to 1,000 litres of water, or you can go straight to the top of the pile and pour it all over the surface. You would do this every day for 3 days. Why 3 days in a row? Because you got sunlight and you got microbes that die in the sun. You do it 3 days in a row, these microbes are able to multiply, be fed with the new carbohydrates being applied, and then they'll soak in, and your humus pile, if you were to do this on a regular basis, would end up breaking down in a record time of 20 weeks. That's right, from 3 years to 20 weeks. Now, you're going to have to put oxygen in the pile. You're going to have to flip it and turn it. But in flipping and turning, you need to reapply the microbes over the surface, because how soil works and how organic matter works is you got pure carbon, and you put you put pure carbon down onto the surface of the pile, and then what happens is you need to then activate it and break it down. So you got pure carbon, wood chip, right? That's 500 to 1 nitrogen to carbon ratio. You need 30 to 1. When you get it to 30 to 1, this stuff will break down so quickly, it won't be funny. And then you'll start to create soil humus, and you can utilize this soil humus into your soils, turning your dirt like this into highly active soil, and moisture will start to increase, and your plants will start to increase, and you'll start to grow rapidly. Thank you from the Earth Love Global team. We are here to help and here to guide humanity into natural methods in creating worm farms, soil humus solutions for farming, industrial and commercial setups. It doesn't matter what soil type or where you are in the world, it all comes back to these foundations in building your soil humus. Thank you from the Earth Love Global team. We'll be back next week with another short video in regards to soil humus. Feel free to Google Earth Love Global for more information.